But he wants supervisor. He said he's gotten another officer before and he's going to get another one. I don't know what that means, but
so it's really late, right?
That's the same one I wanted him to go to jail.
We get a high priority call, right? They give a vehicle description. Your vehicle matches that description. The officer sees you going through a residential area.
You're just telling me, right?
You know
what you're telling me.
You know what he telling me.
Basically, I was profiled.
No.
Basically, because
Profile, yes,
my car matched the description.
Yep.
He
got profiled.
He needed a reason.
Well, hold on.
He blew like
And he found one.
Hold on. So
That was his reason.
Determines, and he affects a traffic stop. Now listen.
You know what that sound like now? Your body cam on?
Yeah.
Everybody cam on?
So it's
yeah.
taking his ass.
Yeah, well,
That was
I knew how that was going.
dang, man.
Yeah.
That was obstruction, suspension.
Oh, easy obstruction. I explained it multiple times that you just can't delay a traffic stop while you wait for a sergeant.
You asked him for his license, he wouldn't give it to you.
Multiple times.
You asked him to get out of the car, he didn't get out of the car.
Multiple times. That's why I just kept asking. And just building it.
From a traffic stop to a courtroom, man, we got Malik Jones in the courtroom. He right here getting rid of his attorney. We got the crooked police officer who just got a random call and went to pull him over. Man, hey.
My driver's record.
Let's proceed.
Can I pull out my iPad for my notes if you don't mind?
Oh, depends on where you're pulling it from.
Oh, it's on the Google Docs, just notes. It's not.
Okay, yeah.
It's just Google Docs.
I don't want him to whip it.
He's like, man, I don't want to go through no photos.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. I'm Officer Richard Salva with the Chatham County Police Department, and I'm post-certified.
All right. On August 17, 2024 at 05:25 a.m., did you have the occasion to come in contact with this defendant?
Yes, sir, I did.
When you came in contact with the defendant, were you in the course of your employment as a police officer with Chatham County?
Yes, sir, I was.
Were you in uniform?
Yes, sir.
Were you in a county-issued vehicle?
County-issued marked vehicle, yes, sir.
All right. The first charge is you charged him with driving while license suspended or revoked. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
What's the factual basis for that charge?
Based on running him through GCIC, NCIC, he came back suspended. I confirmed that with our records department, that he was suspended, and he came back suspended.
Okay. He was further charged with reckless driving.
Yes, sir. If I can give some backstory to that.
Please.
We had gotten a call for a vehicle in that area driving recklessly with its headlights off. We have a high problem with stolen autos in that area, and then kids driving at a high rate of speed through the neighborhoods. So we had found that vehicle that was driving at a high rate of speed. It crashed into a patrol car. 5 occupants got out on foot and began running. They ran across from Laurel Green Court, across Quaco Road, and into the road where I saw Mr. Jones here. They were running on foot, and then when I saw Mr. Jones, I had all my white takedown lights on, looking for the suspects running. They were all wearing dark clothing. When I witnessed his vehicle driving at what appeared to be a high rate of speed.
And
No.
what's the speed limit?
Oh,
25.
And what is your estimate of the speed he was traveling?
45 to 50, sir.
Was it day or night?
Early morning, about 5 a.m., I believe.
Was it
4 a.m.
daylight at that point or not?
It was dark and not lit.
Could you see him inside the vehicle?
No, sir.
And is this the same vehicle that wrecked?
No, sir.
How did you determine that he was the one driving?
He was driving west on the road, and I was going north. So when he came up to the stop sign that I was approaching, I was able to see straight into his windshield because I had all my white lights on at that time. but it wasn't until after he got closer to my vehicle that I saw him.
And what kind of vehicle was he driving?
It was a black SUV. I don't have the citation with me, sir.
Did you immediately stop him?
I immediately turned my lights and sirens on, and then he stopped, but then proceeded to continue to drive and pull into his driveway because he said he didn't know I was pulling him over.
9-1, Star Main Supervisor is requesting one. Driver's license, proof of insurance. Driver's license, proof of insurance. Go ahead and step out.
Call your supervisor.
He's en route. Go ahead and step out.
Call your supervisor.
Go ahead and step out for me.
Call your supervisor.
He's en route, but you're gonna go ahead and step out.
Why am I stepping out of the car?
Listen, because you traffic offense, traffic
What
stop.
traffic offense?
You were speeding, reckless driving through a neighborhood.
I was speeding,
Okay.
reckless driving
Yes.
through a neighborhood.
So go ahead and step
How
out of
did
the car.
you see me speed reckless
Go
driving
ahead and
through a
step out of the
neighborhood, sir?
car.
Sir, how did
Listen,
you see
listen.
me reckless driving through a
Listen,
neighborhood,
listen.
sir?
This
Sir,
does not
listen,
need to
listen.
go the way it's gonna go.
Sir,
but it's
which
gonna
way is
go
it
that
gonna
way.
Which way is it gonna go?
You're gonna go to jail
For what?
for resisting.
What
This
did
is
I
a
resist?
lawful traffic stop. Just hand me your driver's license. My supervisor's en route.
Sir, I don't consent to no search.
I'm not
I don't
searching
consent
you.
to anything.
I'm not searching you.
I would,
This is
I
a
would do
lawful
whatever
traffic
you need
stop.
me to do
So hand me your driver's
when
license, please.
your officer get here. But
You
sir,
cannot
you did
delay
not
my
do
traffic
a
stop. My
traffic
sergeant
stop.
is en route.
You did not do a traffic. First of all, sir,
That's
I
why
was,
my lights and sirens are on.
sir, you was coming towards me. Was your
Yes.
body cam on?
I absolutely was the entire time.
Okay.
And my dash.
You had your body worn camera.
Yes. And a dash camera.
Did you speak to him?
Yes, sir, I did.
And did you ask him about the incident?
When I approached his vehicle, he had 2 cell phones in his hands, and he did not want to answer any questions. He refused to give his driver's license, and he immediately asked for a supervisor. And the traffic stop did not continue until my supervisor arrived about 30 minutes later. He refused to ID until that point.
The vehicle mounted on your vehicle, the camera mounted on your vehicle. Did it pick up any of this incident?
It did not pick up the full span of what I could see with my eyes. It did pick him up approaching the stop sign, but after what I saw.
So it didn't capture the charge?
Okay.
No, sir, it did not.
Okay.
For a reckless driving. I mean, coming through here at the speed he was going,
That.
which I didn't pick up his speed, but I mean, I visually could tell it was extreme. It was a high rate of speed for a neighborhood.
Nah.
Look at the dude.
Anything else you'd like to offer?
Right.
Since that day, he has continued to drive while suspended. I was on a traffic stop on Ogeechee Road after the fact. He pulled up behind me in the emergency lane, started recording my traffic stop. I was not going to discontinue the stop I was on because I had PC to search the car, but I saw him in the car. I ran his record again, and he still came back suspended.
All right. Do you have questions?
Yes, I do have questions for him, Your Honor. Officer Salver, you said that I was going about 30 to 45 miles per hour, that you saw me traveling, correct?
45 to 50 would be my guess, sir.
Can you tell the court your positioning of where you observed my speed going? Like, what direction were you traveling when you saw me speed? When you saw me supposedly speeding, and what direction I was traveling when you observed this supposedly reckless driving?
I was driving northbound, you were driving westbound.
You said you was in the area for a call of a, what was the description on the vehicle that you had?
It was a black sedan.
The black sedan.
Yes, sir.
And you know the difference between a sedan and an SUV, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you remember telling your first responding officer that you thought that my car was the second suspect for the call that you had in the area?
No, sir, I did not.
You don't? You don't remember saying that on your BWC?
I did not say that. I think you misunderstood, sir.
Okay. Do you also remember telling your supervisor that arrived to the scene that you did not use a speed detection device?
Yes, I did.
And you remember continue telling everyone that came to the scene that you saw me flying down the street?
Yes, sir, I did.
And what's your definition of flying down the street, sir?
About 45 to 50 miles an hour, sir.
Okay. And you said that I came to a stop sign, correct?
Yes, sir, you did.
So if I was if a car is approaching the stop sign, if they're doing 45 to 55 miles per hour approaching the stop sign, would they be able to stop completely in front of a stop sign?
45 to 50, sir, but you slowed down prior to reaching the stop sign.
And you said your dash cam did not catch everything that you say go with the charges?
My dash camera did not have a wide enough angle to catch you approaching at the speed you were approaching it.
Okay. So you say I was going 45 to 55 miles per hour, and you charged my client with going 45 to 55 miles an hour in a residential neighborhood. Why didn't you mark that on the citation that night? You don't have your citation on you?
Because I wasn't able to attain your speed.
Do you understand with reckless driving, you have to be able to determine the speed of, one factor is you have to determine the speed. You do know that, correct?
Yes, sir, reckless driving is the reckless disregard for the persons or property.
Was
That is
anybody
so.
outside? Did you observe anybody outside?
Yes, the 5 people running from us on foot that I explained to you,
Did you see them outside during the time you see my vehicle traveling up that way?
they were running in the direction that you were coming from.
Did I match the description of anyone that was out on foot that you were in the area looking for?
No, sir, you did not.
Did any of my clothing appear to match their description at all either?
No, sir, you did not.
Then you also said that when my client asked you at the scene, were you in the area for something else and you thought he was connected to it, you said no, correct?
I don't recall saying that.
When your backup officer said that you were in the call for a high alert call, that my car matched the description of the call, did you not say that that call was already disabled?
Yes, that part I
I had
did.
nothing to do with the call.
Yes, you had nothing to do with it.
So why is this traffic stop tied to that CAT report?
It should not be, sir. I didn't put your traffic stop with that CRN.
Sir, you sure?
I did not, yes, sir.
You did not. So how would a traffic stop be tied to that CRN under that CAT report?
I did not tie that traffic stop with the CRN for that crash.
So is that something that commonly happened with Chatham County?
From my knowledge, it's not tied to it, sir.
Are you sure?
I said from my knowledge.
Your knowledge. Okay. Did you say you would be willing to come in court and testify about my speed, correct?
I did.
And did you ever tell me my speed during the traffic stop?
No, because as I stated, I did not obtain your speed.
And for the record, wasn't your probable cause supposedly for the traffic stop was the reckless driving, correct?
Yes, sir, it was.
And not the driving with suspended license, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that was determined after you made the initial stop for reckless driving at a high rate of speed without capturing my speed on the speed detection device, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, no more further questions.
What do you do?
I do a lot.
Here's one thing I would ask you to understand. So it's really late, right?
That's the same one that wanted him to
really
go to
dark
jail.
out. We get a high priority call, right? They give a vehicle description. Your vehicle matches that description. The officer sees you going through a residential area. What he determines at a high rate of speed, he doesn't have to clock you. It's what he determines, and he affects a traffic stop. Now listen.
You know what that sound like now? Your body cam on?
Yeah.
Everybody cam
So
on?
it's not an excuse. So if he approaches you, it's a complete.
I got you. Is that what you said?
It's
You
a-
know, I was making sure everybody cam
It's
on.
a complete different scenario. So our
look at him.
elevation of borders are a little bit different.
So
We're not gonna-
basically,
because of the call we have, and it's a pretty
Best
serious
little,
call.
yeah.
Okay? It's a very serious call that we got responded out here to. Very serious call. So our tactics and our demeanor and the way we position ourselves is going to be completely different than how I pull you over and I'm just making contact with you because you're speeding. Okay? So it's a heightened level of security and safety for
Not my
everybody.
problem.
Okay, so the call that we were responding to that has a description of a black vehicle like yours heightens his
but you know what you just telling me, right?
You know-
what you're telling me.
you know what
right?
he telling me.
Basically, I was profiled.
No.
Basically, because
Profile, yes,
my
yes.
car matched the
That's not-
description.
Yep.
He went. He had it.
It's not
He got
called
profiled.
He needed a
He
reason.
pro-
Well, hold on.
Flew like,
And he found one.
Hold on. So
That was
he's
his reason.
explaining-
Malone Showman. I do a lot of things, but
Where'd you go to college?
I did a year's, but Your Honor, this is the second viral traffic stop I've had in the last year with law enforcement, being profiled. Absolutely have nothing to do, and I'm tired of it. I could not let someone come up here and fight for me that does not know the backstory, that does not know why I react the way that I react. I warned this officer when he approached me illegally, and I told him that he could be next, and that video went viral within 2 days. People reached out to Chatham County, and Chatham County stood behind this officer. This officer is still in our community, profiling people on traffic stops, and I'm tired of it, sir. I'm tired of it.
Let me ask you, is your license suspended?
Your Honor, I can submit this to, I have a limited driving permit that's dated for 8/17, the same day that this citation was given. This is the paper copy. I also have the hard copy in my car that I drive around with. I don't play about my license. I'm a longshoreman. I work off my license. I was also not notified that my license was suspended, and he knew that I was not notified that my license was suspended.
How does he know that it?
Because it was discovered on the stop. He told his supervisor. He even told me, and it's even on DDS, that I was not notified, that I paid super speeder tickets and tickets all up until that moment that my license was suspended. So I was not notified, Your Honor, about my license being suspended. I just got through working 14 hours at Georgia Court off of my driver's license.
So after this incident, you went to DDS?
Yes, sir.
And got your license?
I got a limited driving permit.
After the stop?
Yes, sir.
Let me hear your argument as far as why this is not reckless driving.
Well, my argument is this is not reckless driving, Your Honor, because he did not have probable cause to initiate a traffic stop, because he did not capture my speed with a speed radar detector device to match what he says.
You don't have to do that on the law.
What he said.
Do you have any case law that you researched that say you got to capture it on a speed device? There are a variety of ways you can determine speed.
It is.
Georgia courts have ruled that subjective observation without solid evidence, such as speed detection, may not be enough to support a reckless driving. Drake versus State, 221.
Operative word, may not.
Yes, sir.
It's not shall not. See the difference?
Yes, sir.
Did you shepherdize that case?
Sir?
Did you shepherdize that case?
No, sir.
Do you know what
No,
to
sir.
shepherdize something means?
No, sir.
Since we've had court system in this country, courts have rendered verdict. It's just like Roe versus Wade was overturned. Up until then, Roe versus Wade was the law. But a year or so ago, it was overturned. So it's no longer the law.
Your Honor, may I also add something?
Sure.
As well as the 5 people running on foot, there was also a lot of parked vehicles on that road, which is the other part
Give
to
it
it.
up.
It was the disregard for the people that were running on foot, and then the property of all the people with their cars parked on the side of the roadway.
Is there sidewalks in that area?
No, sir, there's not.
Okay. So the county has said by not having sidewalks that they don't expect people walking alongside the road.
Well, the people weren't running. They were running through yards and through the roadways. They were running from the police.
Okay, but how did he endanger them, even if he was speeding, if they're running through yards and...
They were running north through the yards, and they were crossing the road where he was coming from.
I think your argument fails on that. I agree with your conclusion that the reckless has to be a greater burden as to speed. You just can't guesstimate the speed. There has to be some objective. And the reason is you have to test it. Otherwise, if he said you're going 1,000 miles an hour, then do you just accept that as fact? It's not enough for reckless driving. I'll dismiss the reckless driving You are guilty of driving on a suspended license.
You know you were
And
notified.
Do you know why your license was suspended?
That's really funny because I was just looking at my license that Monday, and I was just telling my daughter's nurse that I had 11 points on my license, and come to find out that my license was suspended because of points on my license. But I was not notified, like I said, and I just had paid a ticket, $628.
Technically, you were notified. And let me tell you why you were notified. I can't pull out a gun and shoot him in the head. That'd be murder. Every citizen doesn't have to be advised that I can pull out a gun and shoot Eric in the head. When the law occurs,
That's what's wrong with
or
the
when
law.
an event occurs pursuant to law, it is so notorious, the law presumes that everybody knows it. You knew it by it being presumed that you knew.
First off, I got it. Now look, first off, he just ate that police officer alive. That police officer we already knew how this case was gonna go. We already knew that traffic stop was bogus. You was looking for other people, and then y'all already said it was another car. Then y'all tried to just say it was him, try to connect them to it. Like, come on. You gotta do better. You pulled over the wrong car. You should have said, my bad, and left. No, oh, I pulled you over. Now I need your license, registration, this and that. Now you in court. Congratulations. Now this man eat you alive. Yeah, stop playing. Cause how you gonna, he was just flying down the street. Did you capture his speed? No. Did the dash cam video catch it? No. Come on, stop playing. But one thing I don't like is how the judge just said that. Why do he need? No, everybody need to be well informed. That's what everybody's problem is. Ain't nobody informed no more. Ain't nobody informed at all. Like everybody, I'm gonna assume my license is not suspended by the government until the government said it is suspended. Cause the government always play by the government rules. So y'all not finna keep sitting right here and playing with the people and being like, no, you need to do this, you need to do that. Well, by that standard, why don't the police know the law? The police should have known that he couldn't do that. Oh, no, you need to go do this and that. But they're patrolling the streets and locking people up. And that could have been an active shootout or anything. Could have been a one-sided conversation. That don't matter. Because you still supposed to just obey in command. Yeah, stop playing. Man, shout out to Malik Jones. He has destroyed this police officer. That police officer was on eggshells. And I'm gonna let y'all tap into what I said. The pastor, the judge said.
You get me?
Yes, sir.
But realistically, most lawyers don't know the law, so I don't expect to hold you to that high standard. You're right, you got suspended on points. It isn't a specific intent crime. It isn't where the state has to prove that you knowingly did this. No, it's not the case, because most speeders, you don't have to prove that they knowingly, that they had an intent. The intent in traffic has been eliminated. What they have to prove, did you do it? If you did it, legally that amounts to an intent.
Retro gang, we up.
You've done the best job of any unrepresented person that I've seen, and I've been doing this since 1998.
About 26 years, 25,
You
26
did
years.
the best job. We're going to have a law school come to Georgia Southern. It's going to be about 3 years. You need to think about going to night class, becoming a lawyer. You got the flair. You even bought the ties to look like a lawyer. So think about that. I'm going to let you plead no-low contender. You know what no-low is.
Can we not motion to dismiss and non-cross? Because I don't need another job with suspended license. Because if I want to work at the sheriff's department, that's why I was actually looking at my license. That's why this is very vague. I was looking at disqualifications if I want to work at the sheriff's department, and you can't have 7 or more points on your license. So I'm already in the red for that. But also, I wasn't able to volunteer at the juvenile, the RYDC, because I had a suspended license, driving with a suspended license on my record. So that's why this is
How
very
old are you?
important.
30?
I'm 27, sir.
Oh, you're a baby. Go to defensive driving school.
Okay.
They'll give you the information. Come back. December the 17th. If you come back December the 17th, the traffic school will remove, is it 5 points? I'm not sure. Is it? None of my staff knows? Oh, it's a dark, how many points?
7 points.
It'll remove 7? Good
Wow.
God. You interested in a job? No.
It took a dude in the crowd to answer
Come
that.
back on
That's, yeah.
December the 17th
Let me stop playing, yeah.
at 9 o'clock. We
Nah.
won't need the officer.
Y'all know I got to throw at
and
least
we'll
once.
finish resolving your case.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
But you want to be a police officer.
I really want to work in law and politics, but I want to be a private investigator because I want to get the dirty cops off the street. But they say I have to do 2 years of law enforcement to be a private
The
investigator.
best way to do that is to become a police officer and work with internal affairs. That is the simplest way to do that. And newsflash, there are less corrupt cops than there are corrupt lawyers. Oh, it is. It is.
Boy, you crazy,
corrupt,
man.
Corrupt doctors who give you medicine because they're in some imaginary
Hey, bro,
study and the
tripping, man.
pharmaceutical company pays them to prescribe medicine for you.
You really think that?
Well, you can do it in the way you want to do it. We'll see you back here on December the 17th.
Thank you.
Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Boy, go subscribe to my boy Malik. Stop playing.